What is recommended for the implementation of a high availability environment? Option A. Redundant hardware on the cluster systems. Option B. A minimum of 2 service IP addresses per host. Option C. A minimum of 10 GB of local disk space on each host. Option D. An SNMP management application installed on shared storage. The correct answer is option A. Which 2 tasks can be performed to improve the overall fault tolerance of a Veritas Cluster Server cluster? Choose 2. Option A. Connect each system in the cluster to separate power sources. Option B. Mirror the OS disk of each system in the cluster. Option C. Connect a tape drive to each system in the cluster. Option D. Add a local disk array to each system in the cluster. Option E. Add CPUs to each node in the cluster. The correct answer is option A, B. When would a Veritas Cluster Server cluster not be considered highly available? Option A. When the application relies on services from another system external to the cluster. Option B. When the application is a custom agent, rather than an enterprise agent. Option C. When the application requires that another application already be online. Option D. When clustering of the application is unsupported by the manufacturer. The correct answer is option A. You have just installed and configured Veritas Cluster Server on a 2-system cluster using an automated method. Which command is placed in the gabtat file during configuration? Option A. gabconfig cx. Option B. gabconfig cn2. Option C. gabconfig x. Option D. gabconfig n2. The correct answer is option B.